Surprise, I'm back. So today I'm going to do something completely different from anything that I've done on my channel before, and I'm going to not code. I'm going to be using low code. And if you know me, you know that my opinions on low code are usually I'm not the biggest fan, because every time I jump into low code, I find that there's a massive problem. But all that aside, let's take a look at N8N. So N8N is a GitHub project. It's an open source project that allows you to drag and drop build AI agents very, very quickly. And I've seen a lot of YouTube channels dealing with this, but I thought, you know what? I've got to, sometimes I've got to challenge my beliefs. My initial visceral response was N8N. Oh, I don't like low code tools. And this is well founded, admittedly. If anyone's ever used any low code tools like Langflow or Logic Apps or Power Automate, you'll quickly run into some issues where, okay, we've hit the end of it and we're fighting against the system. But I put all of this aside to, check it out for the first time with you guys today. So without further ado, without any more of me yapping, let's see how, as a developer, we can get started with this low-code tool. Maybe we can make something cool. I don't know. I don't even know what we're going to build yet. So let's jump into it and give it a try and see what happens. So first of all, we'll go and get started. This is a step which everyone does, and it's already giving us a free trial. Cool. Instead, I'm going to sign up with a temporary mail account like I always do. And we'll quickly just nab the temporary address here, put that in there. Sam Wyndham is my name. Email address is this one. I need to copy again from here. Like coffee 5315@binfx.com. Go, and then we'll put in our password, then our account name, which will be early morning, and we'll start our free trial. And yes, we'll save, and it'll ask us our questions, as all of these sites do. Okay, only me, product design, education, Google, yes, submit. Okay, no, we don't care about any of this. Workspace is starting up. Sometimes when you're setting up something from the beginning, you want to do a quick start tutorial. I'm not on this train. I'm the sort of person who, just give me the thing, I'll figure it out. So I'm gonna not watch that video. Instead, I'm gonna go start automating. We'll see if I like this better than just building like a Lambda function or something like that. Alrighty, so what have we got here? Create workflow. I think that's a good place to start. So we'll go, assuming this is going to, okay, give us the first step. Trigger manually on app event, on schedule, run web hooks, on chat message, other ways. Let's go on a schedule. We'll say we'll trigger it every hour. We'll add this rule. Okay, I don't know what this does. This workflow will run on the schedule you define here. Once you activate it for testing, you can also trigger it manually by going. Cool. Let's see if we can do that. We get our run. So execute step. So what did it execute though? Ask assistant. I wish this node would. Oh, that's not the button to press. Let's go back to the canvas. So on the schedule trigger, let's build an autonomous agent, run code, make HTTP requests, human in the loop, send a response email to blah, blah, blah. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should send an email. We'll create a new credential, and this will allow us to automatically send off. Okay, that's cool. So it's probably going to let us send off some sort of invite if we add that in, but I don't want to be doing this right now. Let's go do an app, action in an app, and let's go. I'm building a lot in Office 365, so let's see if there's any Microsoft look, and let's see if we can move a message. And this is pretty straightforward. Let's see how the settings are on this one though. I wonder if it's also got any integration with document intelligence, because that would be cool too. We're doing like OCR. Let's take a look at anything else. I'm thinking we build some sort of tool that's going to basically enable us to jump in and do some looking at emails maybe. So if we look at like maybe if there's PDF, generate a PDF, extract data from our form. We already know that we can use like AI to basically pull out information. It's interesting that it doesn't give you something like OCR straight out of the box. Like, yeah, in Azure, you can use document intelligence in order to do a lot of stuff, but it doesn't give you this, which makes me think that what we should do is look at maybe getting some emails out of. Let's create an Outlook account. So let's get a message. And I think we should create an Outlook.com account with this new email address that we've created here. So we're going to go sign in and we're going to create an account. We'll call this one Sam N8N at Outlook.com. And then our password, we won't be all secure like that. We'll just be a bit silly. Blah, blah, blah. Go first, the first 1990. Next. Next, prove you're human, press and hold. All right, loading. Skip for now. What's all my identity? But I'm not going to give it to him. And I don't know why I can't just straight up set up. Okay, set up, create new credential, connect my account. Let's see if this is going to work again. Connection successful, account connected, sharing. Okay, so we've got our stuff working. So this is going to get a message. Let's execute. Didn't get a message. Select the message from list, and then let's get a list of our messages. Let's see if we can get it just for, maybe if we get it from a folder, get many, return all, output, simplified. Let's execute the step. Okay, so it goes through and does that. That's fine. Okay, cool. So I think this is what we want. Let's go back to the canvas. Get many. We'll go Gemini. We're going to set up a Gemini key. We'll see if we can do this. No, we don't. We're going to want to use a different account. We'll use my personal use. It's January 1st, 2000. I'll just say 2000. Male, of course. No custom gender here. Blah, blah, blah. Create your own Gmail address. Sam N8N. No. Okay, well, we'll just go this one then. Test. And then create an API key. API key. Save. Let's see what we get. Modal settings. Looks fine. When a chat message is received, basic LLM chain. And I suppose at this point we say, well, what's the basic LLM chain that we're going to do? Save time with an example of how this node works. Let's take a look at the example. I know I'd normally just try and figure it out. Marketing elements, information extract coupon. All right, so these are how these ones work. Add a prompt, name of system. Okay, let's just say you are a summarizer. Look at all the data given and provide a summary as if you were a butler. And we can just go execute step and see if this goes in fun. When a chat message is received, considering this is 2 items, test chat. Let's see, once we open this, output JSON. Always output data. When chat message is received, settings, open chat. Yeah, I don't see why we want to do that. I think what we want is actually just whenever an email is received, to just straight up go to Gemini. But when it does that, it's like it comes up with this, which is not what we want. Let's trash that. Action in an app. Let's see if we've got something here. So settings, prompt user message, when chat message is received. Create message or something like that. We want this to, when a chat message is received, I feel like that's all we want. We want it to just go straight there. So if we play this now, we don't want anything else. No prompt specified. Let's just take a look at this. Take the subject and I wonder, there's no way that I can get the full body. So it's fine. I'll just say, give me an exciting summary of the emails in my inbox. Let's take a look and see if this works. No prompt specified. Save time with an example of how. Subject. Body preview. Alright, let's see if this works. Looks like it's working. Output. Urgency security alert. Uninvited. There you go. And it's done it for both of them. And then if we take a look at my actual emails, those are the ones that I have in there. So that being said, there must be a way that we can just say, get the whole table and just do it all as one big summary rather than making it all two separate items. Let's see if it will just let me drop everything rather than just saying JSON settings. Always output data, execute once. Schema. Okay. Let's see if we can build a human in the loop here. What's my email address? Yeah, there we go. N8N at outlook.com. Subject. Approval required. You need to be approved in order to do this stuff. Response type approval. Add an option. Approval only. Approve and disapprove. Here we go. I think all of that looks good. Now let's see if this is, it doesn't give me anything else. Approve true. This is really cool. I'm actually enjoying this now. So let's go. Then if it's approved, let's take a look, see if there's any AI stuff. Classify your text into distinct categories. Answer questions about interesting. Okay, so there's some things which I think, and I think this is a good time to pause. There's some things that I think are missing here. So I feel like even though it's got Outlook, it's missing Exchange, which I feel like everyone uses, and Outlook is different from Exchange. Exchange comes with your Microsoft 365 stuff. So if you've got a Microsoft 365 account with Teams or with anything else, that would be what you would be using. I also wonder, like, does this allow me to like start actually codes as well? So like if I go run custom code, okay. So from this point, we could go and run some actual code, some special list of bars. At this point, I'd be wondering, okay, what's the environment like for actually coding? Supported JavaScript features, promises, external library. You can import and use, if you self-host, you can import and use built in an external NPM modules in the code node. To learn how to enable external blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's really cool. In N8N Cloud, you can't, which sucks. And what we're looking at here, right? So JavaScript, when we go to NPM, right? You know, we think, oh, everything in here, we want to have crypto, you know, this crypto.js package, this is going to like, you know, run everywhere, which is not the case, unfortunately, because there's runtimes that support JavaScript. So what this is saying is basically that if you're running it on the cloud, you're not going to be able to just go and import any package, which really, really sucks, because most of the valuable things that you'll be using will be these packages. So that sucks, but it's cool that you can self-host. Now, I've been really impressed actually with how easy this has been to get set up. I also wonder what it's like in terms of cost. So this is saying it does 1,000 executions, which is interesting. So if I go save here, and then I want to see if we can publish the workflow. First workflow, and then we'll make this active. Got it. Okay, so if this is running every hour, let's see what it's actually going to cost now. So we got 1,000 free executions. Let's see what we have here. So £24 a month, 2.5 workflow executions with unlimited steps, 5 active workflows, and unlimited test ones. This is all really reasonable, considering that this is the other thing which sucks about Logic Apps, which is Azure and Microsoft's offering, is that it costs this price here, but it's like it's just infinitely worse. I think that having 15 active workflows is pretty reasonable. And and this is for one Logic app. So you'd be paying this price for one. So I think having 15 is going to be more than reasonable. And even with this starter, this seems very, very reasonable. I would like to know what what's the cost self-hosted. So let's go self-host N8N, and let's just see what it is. So Enterprise Edition isn't free. So let's look at Community versus Enterprise. Your Community Edition, such as these. Okay, that's fine. But it really doesn't tell me what's Enterprise. These features are available on Enterprise Cloud Plan, including the self-hosted Enterprise Edition. Let's see the pricing. So self-hosted, contact us, so it'll probably be a little bit expensive. But I think that it's also pretty reasonable for the service that's being offered when they do this. That basically means that you can still set it up for a client and self-hosted. I wonder actually how easy it is to self-host. Self-hosting with Docker setups. Hetzner is my preferred. Creating in Hetzner, login, create Docker, and then you have to add in Caddy. I feel like self-hosting this is going to be a pain in the butt. Yeah, but I think this whole way of building, it does come unhinged at certain points. Like, if you're trying to do anything more complex than A to B workflows, if you need to have like some custom logic in there, I imagine there'd be places where the wheels fall off on it. I think that probably the best thing about this is the ability to build out the workflows relatively quickly. I think it's given me some idea about how I can build simple automations in the future. I do have questions around how to code it out using more than just JavaScript. The JavaScript libraries that they give you, I wonder how this actually looks like when we go to self-host. But I am definitely thinking about self-hosting this one and having a deeper play. I also want to know that once I self-host, how is it going to be when it comes to making like an integration? Like, do I have to set up the nodes in order for it to fall back and like do? Because the way these integrations work is they go and hit the authentication or OAuth flow for a different service, and then that comes back to the server. So that's why when I was looking at self-hosting, I was just thinking, oh my God, this is going to be painful and it's because of that. It's because it will be really painful to set up these workflows where you're hooking in these things going back to your own server hosting environment. But I'm not going to give up. Look, today we've made some progress. I've broken a long held attitude that there's no point using these low code tools. I think that looking at something like this for even the community hosted stuff, I think that there's some real opportunities here for using this to build out some automations really quickly. So definitely going to be jumping into this and exploring it a bit more in the future. Hope this helps, guys. Sorry I was away for so long. I was working on a massive project, and I hope you could see that, I've got a little bit of growth going, and I've literally just been head down, bum up working. But I'm going to try and get into some sort of a more regular schedule now of posting on YouTube. So I will see you guys in the next video. If this has been helpful, I recommend that you check out my newsletter, which I publish weekly. And I also recommend that you check out FastPocket that I have relaunched. FastPocket has been relaunched with Astro. Get that Next.js doo-doo out of here. And it's got Tailwind 4 and Daisy UI 5. It's really freaking sweet. And I've polished up the documentation so that it's super easy to build with now. So if that interests you at all, that's the best way of building with Pocket Base. Thanks for this, and I'll see you in the next one.